What up, Energy? It's Rio, legendary. Catch him swimming at the light. Make his car stop. Check his engine block. Pull that profit. My brain like a new car that's in drive with no park options. Make a car reverse when that. Tell you you still gave you boys enough time to drop. Not it over. My like a bad little kid. I put a on. I broke my cousin Tip. I put a on it. My little dog on.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Here's Reed. No good there, off the double clutch. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, B.A., if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Oh, how easy it is to get off your feet. How about the spring from Jason Tatum?
Reed, good.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Boston with the ball. Following the score by Minnesota. To the middle. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical, easy finish for KP.
To the paint. Here's Edwards. Oh, great D that time from Craig. Here's Tatum. Randall pulls down the board.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful. Always helps to get these kinds of looks, right? Super easy to convert from that distance.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. I asked him about the star power that they're up against tonight, and he said, quote, "I'm not worried about the highlight reel plays. I'm worried about the relentless nature of that team over there. And the ringleader is Drew Holiday. He plays every possession on both ends of the floor."
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Edwards, that's good.
Oh, that is a stone-cold three by the Ant-Man.
There's Tatum with the three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Outside Porzingis. And the three-pointer goes. Porzingis has got 5.
Well, he's got the green light. Porzingis understands and he's ready on the catch.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Pass to Edwards. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First team foul.
That one on Craig.
Guys, you have to put a body on Anthony Edwards. This guy is too skilled and too strong.
And Doris, you watch Anthony Edwards year to year. He just keeps reaching a new level.
He wants greatness badly. He's putting in the time, BA, to get there. Anthony Edwards, the shooting, the confidence, the leadership, everything's growing. He's now producing like an MVP. Look out, everybody. Here he comes.
Back to Porzingis. And the layup is good off the glass. 7 points in the game.
Kristaps Porzingis, a tough cover. This guy knows he can make threes. Now you get inside the lane and look out.
And Porzingis with the block. Tatum feeling it out a bit. .121 left in the first quarter. And the basket by Holiday.
Timberwolves timeout call.
In the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
Timeout called, the Timberwolves. Doris, even as he gets up there in age, Drew Holiday is still an elite defender.
Brian, it's really remarkable how valuable a piece he is. They call him the Swiss Army knife because he is one of those rare individuals that can guard all 5 positions. He understands schemes. He's willing to mix things up. Drew Holiday is elite, period.
Back to Randall.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
You know, part of what makes Julius Randle so effective is that spin move, Doris.
He does like to use that on the interior against taller players to get enough separation. But the number of finishing moves that guy has off the spin, it is really an effective tool.
Minnesota in the lead. Back to Edwards. Outside McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Randall outside. From 8 feet away. Boston pulls it in. Pass to Brown. Randall with a steal. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
Guard him big, guard him small. Julius Randle is so crafty on the interior, it matters not. He's going to finish.
Here's Pritchard. He's scoreless. And Horford gets it to go.
Assist goes to...
This night already has the makings of an offensive war.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. Timberwolves ahead.
20. The Celtics. 16.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota?
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Here's Pritchard after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
White on the wing. The shot no good. McDaniels with some nice D.
Terrific rim protection impacting the shot.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
First team foul.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you.
Boston. White.
We talk about high-effort players. Well, Derek White embodies that very description. Always working hard, always looking to outwork his opponent.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 7. Pass to Reed. Up again. Horford pulls it in. Celtics trail by 3. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Oh my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
He's been playing great, unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy, he doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
White.
Assist from...
And he throws it down with one hand.
Don't sleep on the athleticism of Derek White. How fast did he get off his feet to punch that one home?
Timberwolves trail by 3. Inside. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Some changes for Boston. Reed for 3. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness. Well, Mike Conley understands how to draw contact and still try to get a shot opportunity. He'll go to the line for the end one.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Celtics.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Over to the left wing. Down low. Gobert. Using the size. Gobert.
Well, you know the length of Rudy Gobert. He's virtually unstoppable in that restricted area.
To the inside. And Gobert with a block. Outside, Alexander Walker. Here's Ingles. Pass to Gobert. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. What a finish from Porzingis.
I'll tell you, at 7'3", to have that kind of body control, Kristaps Porzingis makes it look easy.
Gobert gets the bucket.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
And the basket by Holiday. Timberwolves trail by 3. And a nice finish on the layup. Gobert's got 6 points.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
The kick to Tatum. Here's Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Outside Tatum. Out to the right wing. With 1 on the clock. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Celtics. They lead by 3. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And so many screens today. Ride that line of moving or not. Doris, you think players get away with too much movement on picks?
I think, Brian, it definitely feels like there's a lot more gray area. You have these things now called drag screens. A lot of screens today feel like maybe 30 years ago they would have been a foul. So, hey, I always say, BA, officiating in this league with the speed and the skill is really, really difficult.
Edwards. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. He's got 9.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Now here's Conley. On the wing, Ingles. Deflects the pass. Here's Edwards. Oh, Edwards just pulling his way inside.
Well, Anthony Edwards with that frame on the interior, such a tough check.
Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
Make some noise, fans.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Outside Reed. There's the 3. Hits the trifecta. Reed's got 9 points.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Randall inside. Misses off the left iron. The Celtics with the lead. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. DiVincenzo with the steal.
A sloppy pass. Have to be more precise than that.
Back to Randall for the tie. And he lays it up and in. Give him 8.
Well, that's Randall working in his comfort zone. You can see how confident he is on his ability to score inside.
Horford gets it done inside.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Here's Reed. Edwards looking it over. Tipped. Second chance shot. Outside White. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Horford outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Brown. Gets the bucket and the foul. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
How about the strength on the finish? Jaylen Brown showing real muscle.
Shooting for Boston.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Here's Edwards. Tipped away.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
White can't hit.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Celtics foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Boston calls time here.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
teams making some changes here.
Make some noise.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Boston leading by 4. Here's Hauser. Back to Tatum. Down low. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Now here's Conley. The teardrop. Gobert with the follow.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
Boston calls timeout. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
Give him a hand, man. Your Timberwolves dancer.
Celtics lead by 4. Here's Pritchard. And it's Gobert with a rebound. And here are the Timberwolves. Pass to Alexander Walker. 2 points. That one goes.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
And Boston calls time here.
Hey, fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise. Celtics substitution. Jason Tatum. Drew Holiday.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Minneapolis. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And Gobert with a block. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. Holiday surveying the floor. Pass to Tatum. Porzingis up top. Clock at 6. And stolen by Gobert. To the paint. Here's Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more tie game in Minnesota. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for Minnesota. Here's Edwards. Pass to Gobert. Rebound Boston. And the basket by Holiday. And the Celtics lead by 2.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Celtics?
I mean, they play some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
I also like how they've played in the painted area. They've made an effort to work on the inside and convert those chances.
And here's the fast break. Here's McDaniels. Here's White. Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
Oh, that is impressive stuff from Derek White. Defender in his grill, no problem.
Inside. Back to Conley. To the middle. Here's Clark. Porzingis grabs the board. The Celtics with the lead. Tatum draws the double. Outside, Brown. And stolen by Edwards. He goes up. Oh!
Oh, give me a little sauce, Anthony Edwards. Rise high and finish over the defender.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Make some noise,
Over the
fans.
break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum taking flight.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Inside. Randall. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Kristaps Porzingis has proven over the course of his young career that he is willing to be a force as a shot blocker.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Boy, this lead is razor thin.
Yeah, B.A., there's a chance to extend that right here.
Yes! Kristaps showing some range.
Well, in the modern NBA, a big that can shoot with range, so important. Kristaps Porzingis from three.
Celtics foul. Jaylen Brown. First personal foul.
Free throw good. Edwards.
At the line for Minnesota.
And both free throws good for Edwards.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Outside White. And the Celtics another three.
Yeah, on the catch and shoot game, Derek White very assertive, ready to react.
Outside Reed. From deep. And the ball out of bounds. The Celtics will have it.
Part of passing the rock, it's calculating risk and reward. I don't think that was a great decision.
Celtics lead by 6. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Exactly what good offensive players do. Lean into that defender. Level of physicality puts you at the free throw line.
Oh, the first of two, no good. A heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second. And that makes it a 7-point lead. It's Edwards on the wing. Tatum with some nice D. And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. 7-point game, biggest lead so far. Outside Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. And that one's good. Porzingis.
Absolutely incredible what Kristaps Porzingis can do. He's over 7 feet. He's got an all-around game, and he's getting to every aspect of it right now.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They're losing by 10. A minute 22 left in the fourth quarter.
Make some noise.
A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Then it's out of bounds to Minnesota. To win the run. And the basket by Edwards. And we've got 1:18 left in the fourth. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Outside White. Fast break, Minnesota.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Double team on Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Oh, got a piece of it. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal.
Every moment counts here. They have got to get moving.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip. We know this about Anthony Edwards. He is fearless in these moments. That's a big-time clutch delivery.
Outside Porzingis. Oh, look out! Porzingis!
Kristaps Porzingis in a big spot, not an inch of back down. That is beautiful.
Pass to McDaniels. To the inside. The kick out to Conley. And stolen by Brown. Now here's Holiday. So we see Boston get the win here. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. We'll see you.